In every way.
Hi, my name is.
Hello, Las Vegas, and thank you for joining us. We are the Honeybees, and this is our new time slot. We'll be here every Friday, us and our shenanigans, every Friday at 3 p.m. So feel free to join us. I'm Desi.
I'm Tabatha.
And my name is Maria.
I was supposed to bring shenanigans?
Oh, you are shenanigans.
I am
She doesn't have to
shenanigans.
bring.
Like,
They're
I'm-
in your pocket. They come in your pocket.
They're in my groin. That's where they're at.
We are so pretty.
Right.
I mean, we said we were going to talk about dating, so that's surely the only reason you went straight to the groin, right? No. That's
No, I'd have
unusual.
gone straight to the groin
Yeah,
regardless. Yeah. Let's not
can always
blame
count on
the
her for
topic.
that.
For sure. We're not going to blame the topic.
We're
Yeah.
not blaming the topic. We are blaming
No.
the topic.
No.
Why not? I want to blame the topic.
We do.
Look, I'll find some shit to blame. Don't you even worry. Don't you even worry. So we're doing Fridays now instead of Tuesdays.
Yes.
I'm not sure completely what I think about it, but I think I'll kind of get in the groove.
Well, this is new.
Right. This is new.
Cheers.
Ah, all right.
As long as it's Friday, we figured, what the heck?
Yeah, why not, right?
We can tie one on before, after, a little bit during,
Right.
Whatever. So yeah, she clued me into this thing. I don't really drink, and I don't really, like, if I'm going to drink, I do like hard liquor. But this is a hard seltzer, black cherry, spiked sparkling water.
5%, but only 100 calories.
Only 100 calories. Okay, so I can have like 10 of these in a day, and I've met my quota. That's not bad.
I want to be there if
I'm
you
trying
have
to
10 in a
fix my
day.
boobs.
Right, I want to be there if you have 10 in a day. Well, you'll see tomorrow. I won't have 10 of these.
Tab's
but
having a game party tomorrow.
We're having game night tomorrow night. Dude, if you're in town,
It's going to
you're
be
invited.
wild.
it is going to be wild.
When does someone have a game night that's wild? Only Tabitha?
Only Tab's going to have, it could end in an orgy. If it doesn't, it was a bad time.
I'm going home early.
It was a bad time if it doesn't end in an orgy. You can't go home early.
Not early, but prior to the orgy.
Oh, man. We'll break you in slow.
Okay.
Actually, I need breaking in. It's not like I've had an orgy. So it's,
What is
Well-
orgy again?
Orgy is a room full of people just doing it. Without doors or walls or discretion or...
Or singular partners.
She's like, oh. Okay, so maybe I'm kidding about the orgy. They're going to leave in time to not see it, okay?
Right. We'll just have to hear about it later.
Right, you'll hear
Next
about
Friday,
it
right
later.
here, we'll let Tabitha tell you about her game
We'll
night.
let her know. We'll let you know how it
Talk
turns
about
out.
playing games.
Right, talk about games, right?
This
Right.
is really funny. Because we are now on a Friday.
Right, party day.
Yeah,
Party day.
Party day. Welcome to brand new Honeybees schedule. Wow. But anyways, we are talking about dating.
That's what we're...
Like dating how though? Like just dating period
Yeah,
or
just dating
like
period.
I mean, who does that anymore?
Yeah, I know.
that's
I know.
kind of like the gig though. Like who does that anymore? Because
It's wild to have a guy just call you up and say, "Hey, can I take you out to eat into a movie?" Like, do people do that anymore?
Yeah, they do.
kind
that.
of.
I guess respectful
But
people
not
do.
right. Well, and people that don't live in Vegas and that understand that's
Right.
how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm totally accustomed to regular, normal dating like that, and then I come here and I'm like, oh, we're just fucking. Okay, I got you.
Oh.
That's what we're doing. Okay, I
It
got
does
you.
I
cut
think-
to the chase.
You know,
Right, right.
Here in Vegas, is they think that dating is just fucking.
No.
I guess.
What do
No.
you mean?
No,
No,
not
dating
me.
is not fucking. Fucking is its own thing. That's
It's
not
really-
dating. That's
It's really, I'm gonna share my story because
oh
this is really funny.
Jesus. Share it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
know,
sure
you,
she's
you
taking
already know
notes.
this story.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well,
this
I
is
am
not
anxious
new.
to hear.
Somebody asked me for a date on Valentine's Day. So I said, okay, so I asked him what his plan. So he said, it's lunch. And
Okay.
then after that, we can put some money into the machine and win some money.
Okay.
I said, that's fine, right? It's lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I'm going to get you, what flowers do you have? What chocolates do you have?
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like,
She's like, am I supposed to carry this to lunch?
so I was like, I just said yes for the sake of it, just to get off the phone. the next day I was gonna call him and said, can we just, oh no, I told him, I texted him. I said, can we just actually eliminate the flowers and chocolates, please? and then, and then he said, how about getting a room?
Oh my God. So,
wow.
here's my, oh my
That
God.
was a quick escalation.
Right. No, it was. And here's the thing, because when you say, can we take out, and this is in Maria's language, can we take out the flowers? Can we take out the
Oh,
chocolates?
so he's thinking straight to the room.
But he doesn't know Maria well enough to know that that was, we're not going straight to the room. We're not going to the room. He
At
was
all.
like, but you know what? Here's what I do. I commend him for trying because he's going to learn, for one, and we all have to learn each other. But he didn't just give up when you were like, and he may or may not, I don't know what he thought, obviously. We should ask him one day what he thought
Should have him
of
on
what you
here and
said.
ask
But
him.
yeah, that man was just like, well, all right. So maybe she's just like a get to the point kind of girl. And he tried, and you turned down everything. Girl, you drive me bonkers.
I just,
I'm like kind of like the complete opposite. So when she's like, I
And I'm
didn't
in the
need
middle.
flowers and chocolates, I'm like, but I did. Like, let's recycle that stuff. Bring it to the house when you come. Like, I don't
Right.
know. So I don't know. Maria, you're a bump on a log
well,
when
I
it
am,
comes to dating.
I am just trying to,
She's a little old-fashioned, even though she kind of acts like she's
I
not.
wouldn't even call it old fashioned.
I am
I am
trying,
too.
I am
I think
trying
I
to, I am trying to actually say, no, I don't want a date. That's what I'm trying to say, but I am just being
It's
nice.
on my business link.
Yeah.
So
Is this why you're bothering me?
right, this is, oh my God. She's like, I'm trying to say no. And that's so funny, though, that he didn't hear that loud and clear. Because sometimes I'm a brat, okay? And I'll try to say no in a coy way, which really means yes. And the son of a bitch is like, all right. And I'm all, ninja. Really?
Yeah.
You just totally did that wrong. Okay. Maybe I started it off wrong, but you ended it wrong, too. So now we're both alone.
Right.
But no, I totally hear you. Maria, you
Yeah,
cracked
I'm trying
me
to say no.
up.
I'm trying to say no, and then it to end up to the room, and I'm just totally
That
like
told
flipped.
he
Like,
has so many balls
Oh,
for
like,
that.
Yeah, exactly.
He has so
He's
many
got way
balls
too
for
many.
yeah, I was gonna flip
Right.
flip him up like you.
How
yeah,
cute
yeah.
is he?
But anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's why I said they think that dating is fucking. That's why I said that.
To me,
I mean,
it's
a good
not.
portion
To
of
me,
them
it's not. To me,
It's two different things.
Right, but I thought they went a little bit more together, but the whole dating thing, at least in Vegas, seems to not quite be there, unless it's an older gentleman. And that's,
I'm okay with
because Sugar Plum, he knew how to date
Mm-hmm.
really well, okay? But he's of a different generation, so...
Maybe that's what I need to
he
do.
knows all of the chivalry and does all of those things and knows how to make plans. And okay, so listen to this. There is this dude. He's quite a bit younger than me. I think he turned 33 on the 13th. So, he's a baby.
That's
But
my son's age.
right. Well, he's a couple years
But
older
we
than my daughter.
digress.
But we digress. I've actually talked to people younger than my daughter, and I'm like,
That's my rule.
try not to do it, Tab. But I will if I want to. So anyway, so there's this one young guy, and he just really doesn't know how to date. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to teach him a couple things before I let him loose, okay? So he's like, doesn't really understand, like, I don't know. When you want to do something with a girl, you kind of have to have something in mind. Because here's the position we're coming from. We don't know the economics that we're working with. We don't know what you're completely interested in either. We don't know kind of how far you want to take this in a relationship. So we don't really know how to answer what would you like to do.
Right.
Like we kind of do, but not as much as we'd like to. We would like for those things honestly to be your idea and your suggestion. And then we like yay or nay it, which usually it's a yay. I mean, people don't really suggest things that are weird or unacceptable skydiving, but I'm just a scaredy cat. It's nothing personal. So
That's an
I
odd
don't know.
first date, though.
I know. So he's
You
like,
want to hear me scream bloody
exactly,
murder?
bloody murder.
The
Oh
first
my God,
time.
So
yeah.
I don't know, but he was like, call me and we can do something. And I'm like, okay. But then I'm like, here's the deal. I literally told him like 2 weeks ago, I said, you just need to decide what day you might like to go on a date and what we might do and
I need to
suggest
know
it
what kind
and
of
we'll
clothes I should have on. I need to know if you're expecting me to pay my half. I need to know, is it
yeah,
a date?
just stuff.
Is this
Stuff.
old fashioned for us to think that a man might buy the dinner? Or, I mean,
I don't think it's old fashioned. I think it's customary, but I
yeah.
think that some people just don't have.
you don't know what you're walking into. You got to be prepared for all.
Yeah, and people grew up different. So
Right.
what I think is normal and what I'm accustomed to, clearly you move to a different city and
everything
it's,
changes.
Yeah, it's just a
Different
different situation. So I don't know. I almost feel like when people, and this is going to sound weird and rude, but I almost feel like when they don't have what's in my mind a traditional sense of dating, that they're kind of rude and not put together and not
Right.
responsible, and I don't know, it's kind of
Nobody you'd really want to take.
yeah, nobody
too
that I'd
far
really want to
anyway.
take seriously or anything like that. Like I've got
So
this
there you
one
go, guys.
I know. I've got this one boyfriend that after being, and everybody knows I use that word loosely, but after being in Vegas, him treating me appropriately was weird. Only it was like
oh my gosh, do you want to get married? No.
I know, right? No, he is a really good guy. He is a really good guy. He's like one of those guys that you almost would kind of think of, for marriage or whatever. But I don't know. He's in Texas.
Keeper.
Hopefully he moves here soon. I don't know what his final decision has been, but
This is who we were talking about before the show. Is that right?
yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
is actually. So we would, I don't know. So like he just took care of everything, which was fantastic. But it was almost like I didn't expect him to because I was expecting
A more
someone
modern,
less. Does that make sense? Someone
yes,
less.
Yes.
So I don't know, but yeah, I love that guy.
So he turned out to be a great surprise.
He is a great surprise, right? Yeah, I don't mind him at all. Well, he's kind of a handful like I am. He's like a
Perfect.
strong-willed and
He
But
has to be because
he's-
you would step all
I would step all over him.
She is a strong
he doesn't
one,
let me
guys.
get away with anything, really.
I like him
actually.
already.
Right, stop. For real. So I know she's like, what? No, like, I don't know. Yeah, he's a totally good guy. And I love him as a mentor because he knows so much about so much and I don't. And sometimes I get myself in a pickle and he like kind of has to dig me out a little. He'll be like, he'll just all of a sudden be on a post that I'm getting killed on and he'll be like, da-da. And I'm like, God, I should call him. And I'm like, I need help. I need some explanation. I'm not getting it. And here's how silly I am. I don't even always know. He'll explain it, and sometimes I still don't get it. And I'm like, I need you to say it a different way. And he will. And I'll be like, all right, I got that.
Yeah.
Still maybe only kind of because I'm not black. They tend to be black issues. And I'm a little bit farther removed from that than I'd like to be. But I don't know. I always love our conversations. Like, I can totally trust this guy.
That's nice.
Yeah. It is. But we aren't
He's
dating.
all the way in
he
Texas.
lives in Texas. He may be coming. We probably still won't date. He's really just like one of those best friend people.
escort.
Like, I love him so much. He has to have a position. And he has a high position. I
see.
just don't know that it would be dating.
So do you think that all the boyfriends that you have called dating or they're already boyfriends?
Well, I use the word
I
boyfriend
don't know
loosely.
if I would.
Yeah, so there are
Some
a
of
couple
them.
of them that I kind of date. But mostly I'm just having sex. That's, if you're a boyfriend, I'm having sex with you, probably. Because there's some people I call boyfriends that I haven't had sex
Right.
with yet. But, I mean, you're probably on the list, so don't worry. I'll get to
Yeah,
you.
don't worry.
It just takes a minute, okay?
Yeah,
There's only
give the
so
girl
many
some time.
hours in my day.
See?
This is
There she
Janine
is
from the
already.
bar.
Who?
Janine from the bar.
I don't know what bar.
Should I decline it or answer it?
Answer it and put it on the
Okay.
thing. Yeah, we're gonna put her.
Janine, what's up?
We are taking a call.
You're on. Hold on. I did not see your text. Let me read it real quick. Is there a problem?
Are you on? Are you on live right now?
Yes, and
So
so
are
are
you.
you.
So we're gonna ask you a
I
question.
was wondering if you would be.
We're gonna ask you a question, Janine.
1:30 to 5:30 tomorrow.
Janine,
If you bring her to my house, I can do it there because I'm having that party tomorrow night. I'd be happy to. I would love to.
Oh, it's tomorrow night. I thought it was last night.
Wait, no, it's tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you bring her over, or do we need to go pick her up?
I can bring her to you, and then I'll have Andy pick her up from you.
Andy.
Okay.
We
She's
all
probably
just have
not
to speak
dating.
to get my car. We'll have to.
so we're gonna ask
Okay,
you a
so
question.
we're gonna ask you a question, Janine. What's our
Janine,
question?
because you called in the middle of our show.
You called in the middle of our show,
So we're
but
gonna ask you a question. What do you think about dating here in Vegas?
what do you think about dating here in Vegas, Janine?
Ooh, that's
As
hard. I'm a
compared to
bartender. I don't
others.
like. I'm very. I'm dating men pay each other all the time at my bar.
So
she say?
Janine is the head bartender at a really great spot. Our favorite spot,
Chancla's
Chancla's.
Cantina.
So
I'm
you
coming
guys
to
have
see you,
seen
Janine.
Janine live before because she'll pop in with food or liquor or whatever. But Janine knows everybody's secrets. Janine
I
knows.
do.
She knows all my boyfriends.
Every single
Well,
one.
not all of them
all of
because they don't all go to Chancla's. But if you're my boyfriend and you go to Chancla's, she so knows. I don't even have to tell her. She knows.
She's like, oh, there's another one.
There's another one, right? Because I kind of collect them. Well, I just do.
So another question for you, Janine. Janine,
Yes, yes.
Is it normal to have sex with a date for the first night?
I do, but I know lots of people do. It's more of a personal choice, and I think it's whether you're feeling that person or not. I normally don't sleep with people on the first night, but there are plenty of people that do, and I think it's more of a personal thing. Really quick though, a couple people are waiting on my answer. Tabatha,
Yes.
are you gonna be able to be?
Yeah, that's a for sure.
She's got to get back to the logistics.
I think you'll charge
And
me
you
a
and I would be a big
Okay, I'll
no
talk
on
to you
the
later.
first date,
Yes.
and Tab would be like,
Okay,
you
love
have
you.
to date
Bye-bye.
first.
Yes, I know, right? Maybe 90 days.
Yeah.
But
Wait, you wait 90 days?
no, well, I waited. We never actually sleep together. But
Okay.
I have a date before, and by the way, this is a real date. He asked
Okay.
me, pick me up at my house,
Yeah.
and drop me off at my house.
Yeah.
We went eat and then drink. Okay, this is here in Vegas, so
So it does happen.
Okay, so it does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
Okay.
So for younger generation, right?
Right.
So we
Ooh,
went.
She's a cougar.
So we went dinner. Well, he's been asking me for so long, and finally I said yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I said yes, and I really pity this guy because he put all his money together just to put me in a high-end restaurant, right?
Right.
Just to date me. So after the first date, he was like, I want to go on the second date before he actually dropped me home.
Uh-huh.
And I said, sure, but sure, you're not going to say no. We are still
Right.
in the car, maybe. He's
She's
gonna
like,
have that-
you've
have
got
that."
me
She's
in the
gonna
car. I'm a
text you
captive
later and
audience
say,
for
"I'm
a minute."
sorry." Yeah.
So anyways, it took us about 1.5 years to get back together and went on a coffee date.
Oh, wow.
A year and a half.
A year
later.
and a half. But we
Wow.
not like we're not talking during those 1.5 years,
Right,
right?
Right.
And
Clearly, she was really into it.
he's he's really into but anyways, so we end up just being friends. He went to the friend zone. So
Is this the one that I know about and I like and I try to encourage?
no. this
Okay,
is
I got you.
Oh.
And then
She doesn't like this.
and
one.
then
She
this is
doesn't
not just
encourage
the first date that I've been to. Like what I was telling everybody before, I've been since I broke up with my boyfriend. I have like dates after dates after dates, like real dates. I also have one time. This guy actually ordered a limo for me to pick up at my house.
Ooh, that's
Pick me
what I'm
up at my
talking
house.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, there is. You just have to find the right
Right.
person, and you're gonna be actually a right person to date that way.
Right.
You're gonna be qualified. That you need to put yourself out there as a hey. This is not just I'm going out with you, we go to bed together.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta put your walls in there and tell them that, hey,
You're gonna know my worth.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing her say, I just got a coaching session. If y'all didn't pick up on that. But you know what? That's why she's one of my besties, for sure. She's like, so we're gonna tell Tab how this
That's
happens.
how it works. You're gonna be like, hey, you worth it.
Right.
Just
You
I always
wait because I'm worth it.
yes, I always tell guys like, hey, I always put them in place where I am not gonna go out with you if you're just taking me to like a 10.99 meal, or
No Jack in the Box.
or I'm not gonna go out with you if
That's
you're
$2.99.
gonna treat me like crap. You know, you're gonna treat
Right.
me like a lady. You're gonna treat me like I am your date and
Right.
I'm worth it to be your date.
Right.
Yeah, so you're gonna actually put yourself as being, that respectable. I'm sorry, I love you to death though.
You're so funny. She's like, did you hear her just say you have to put yourself out to be respectable?
And then she said, but
But
I love you.
Well,
Well,
I feel you.
She dated everybody. That's why I was
Tab
saying
is
that.
very strong and
Yeah,
confident in what
she
she
is
does.
like, no,
Yeah,
I like
I
you.
say, if that's your thing,
That's
go
that,
thing it.
that's
Go
what-
figure.
that's what we actually really our chemistry together really is good, because we are totally like opposite, and
She's
we're
like,
learning.
you never will. And she's like, you do it too much.
Exactly.
And again, I'm in the middle.
I know. She's like, here's a little sense of normalcy for
Neutral
anybody
Nelly.
that's looking
Yeah,
for it. Right,
yeah.
right.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm
So-
actually sitting a little more on this
In
side.
comparison, right? In comparison.
Yes.
I hear you. I hear you. She's like, I lean a little to the right.
Just
Tab's
like
to the left.
Yeah.
She's to the right. I lean to the right. Yeah, most normal people do, and I'm not even bothered by that.
I mean,
I
don't
used
consider
to lean
myself
more to the
normal,
right.
perhaps,
Yeah.
but
But you're a
Neil's
great
little
woman.
harsh.
I love your guts to be, to
She
be
owns
a spoon.
it.
Yeah, exactly. She
you're
is
like,
very.
this is how it's gonna be.
She is very, very confident, and that's what actually we are the same on that part. We are very
Yeah.
confident who we are.
We just do life
Like
differently.
separately.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
For
But
sure.
I love her. She's like, no. I remember we were in this stand-up comedian area in Chanclas. And all the guys out there, no matter what lady or girl is showing them, they can show their boobs, their butt, or whatever, they will still like, Tab. Like, she's the star.
Those are her people.
They are like,
all the boys are mine.
yeah, they love you to death. Like, they
I love them. I take
know-
really good care of them.
yeah, I think
That's what I heard.
they respect you so. The respect,
They do actually. I don't ever run
they
into any
have
problems.
for her is just so freaking.
That's nice.
Yeah,
you
and
deserve that.
and I felt like undermined at that night. Like, I am so freaking pretty confident and everything, and I was like, I'm like,
So what you're saying is that's not the bar to go to meet someone because they're all like,
yeah.
I know, because they're my boyfriends at that bar.
you and I could pop next door and see if we
Right,
can find
you
a couple
guys would
people
have
to
better
bring
luck.
with us so that
Right.
they don't know who
Yes,
she is when they arrive.
exactly. Yes. I
But
think-
once they figure out who I am, I mean, all I have to do is walk in and give them a minute.
Oh,
Then, see, you still have a problem.
oh.
Not
Yeah.
really. I can kind of share.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can
I still
Here's-
would love to go and watch this whole thing.
Oh,
So I'm going, I'm going with you
it's
guys
good.
next
it's
time.
Good. I remember one guy was like looking at me, right? Like keep on looking at me, and Tab was like, "You're my boyfriend, and you're looking at her." And then he
Yes.
turned around and went back to Tabatha.
Yes.
See,
I'm
that's how it
like-
is. Like,
What?
yeah,
For real.
Yeah,
Like, they can play. They're
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah.
They bring the crowd into their work, which
Yeah.
is absolutely yummy and perfect. But we can only take it so far. I'm
Yes.
not trying to have you give these girls false hope when I've called dibs and I'm not a good sharer. And
Yeah,
yes,
she's
on
a-
all of you,
she
I've
is-
called dibs.
Yeah,
So,
she is like
All of you.
I
All
own
of you.
this.
Bliss.
Yeah, I own you. So no,
yeah,
don't look at
I
her.
really kind of
Get you
feel
a
that way.
contract.
Yeah, don't
too.
look
Get
at
you a
her.
little contract.
Get a
Yeah,
contract.
yeah, she was like, don't look at, like, she never said
Right.
that, but don't, kind of like,
Hey,
don't
Tammy.
look at her.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah.
Man,
it
no, I
is-
feel you. I'm kind of a handful. You know what? I'm a little bit worried about this party I'm having tomorrow night, though.
Why?
Because, like, in my mind, all the boys are
You're
mine.
worried? You just told me I might turn into an orgy. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about the orgy part.
well,
Like, I'm just worried. Like, okay, so when my boyfriends start talking to you, I'm going to be like,
you have to show me who your boyfriends are so I can go.
well, all of them. No, but yeah, kind of. No,
Like, you're
really.
allowed to say hello, but then I'm going to need you to step off.
Actually, not really. But yes. No, I don't know. No, it should be fun, actually. Because not all
Are
of
you
them are
inviting
mine
any
yet.
boys that are not yours? Or that you don't
Technically,
want to
there's
be
like-
yours? Just so that a girl like
Well,
me might have a stimulating
They're
conversation.
right. No, you can have a conversation with anybody. Because if they're mine, they're still going to be mine.
Yeah.
And
I'm not trying
but,
to take nobody.
Right. No. Really, there's no taking. Because
Right.
you know what I'm saying? There's no taking. But there's a
She's like,
couple
"No."
of them that have wanted to meet me that I haven't met in person yet. So there's, I've not fondled them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
After the
I mean-
orgy, you can't say
Right.
that.
After the orgy, I may not be able to say that. You're right. You're right. But no, there should be some eligible bachelors there. I mean, I don't know if they're eligible for
maybe
you.
we should just like scroll through my Plenty of Fish account and see if we get invited. No, not strangers to your house. Then they'll know where you live.
Right. Then they would
That'll
know.
be more of a public place. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh, but they cannot get in.
Unless they're
Their
on the
name,
gate.
yes.
You know,
We'll be
what?
like
We might
looking at the
figure
gate
something out.
going, yeah, don't let him in.
Right, right. Not that one. Not that one. You know what's funny is like I'm friends with one of the security guards that works the gate. And he messages me after we posted about the party. And he was like, tell me about this party. And I'm like, it's a party. You know about parties. He's like, no. Because it's mine, he wanted to know what kind of. He's like, I need details.
Right.
I'm like,
Do
I
I
don't have
even
any
bother to
details
wear
till
clothes?
till it happens. He said, well, I'm working the gate
He's
that
asking
night.
for deets.
Like, he's like, I just want to know. Because in his mind, he's going to be checking out the people, right?
Make
And be
every
like-
single person that come through say, I am going to Tabatha.
I'll be at Tabs, right?
I'm going to
It's
Tabs.
kind of funny. You know what's funny is when I come home in the middle of the night, because he works the night shift. When I come home in the middle of the night, and he's like watched my live, or he's watched what I've done, or he's whatever, and he's just like, that was a good night. And I'm like, it was. He's like, are you done? I'm like, not yet.
Have a
There'll
cup
be
of
somebody
coffee,
pull
yeah.
through. But yeah, no, he's just kind of funny. I love to talk to him. But I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe
he
you
can't
should
come.
date,
He's working the gate. He's going to let the boys in for me. He's going to let the
So
boys
how late
in.
does he work the gate? Overnight?
Yeah, I think he goes in at like 10:30 and then works it
He could
until...
always have a couple drinks and go work the gate drunk.
I don't
That
know if
would
that'd
be
be good. I live in a white neighborhood. No, I'm teasing. It's actually really diverse, but they kind of have expectations.
I would work the
that
gate. I would work the gate under the influence if I worked at the gate. And
if I kind of like wonder if
I'm not
like
trying
that
for
job.
that job because this would clearly kill that chance. No.
Right, you're like,
I'm going to be the first
know.
drunken gate guard.
right, the first drunken gate guard
Don't
for
hire her.
sure. So anyway, it's just kind of cute because he like follows my stuff, and then we talk on the side, and I'd like explain.
got a crush.
He's like, I need to know
Probably.
exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweet Jesus, okay.
Yep.
I'm like, stop living vicariously through me and work
probably
that
one
overtime
of
so you
yours.
can afford me. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
He's
Get a
prob-
second job. Do something.
I know, right, right. For real. He doesn't like his wife anyway, so.
Ooh.
Why do I keep running across men that don't like their wives?
Yeah,
That's my
I
problem with
wanna
dating,
say,
okay?
because a
Doing
good
that.
portion of men a good portion of married people don't like their spouse.
They don't like their spouse. Yeah, I didn't like mine.
Well,
I mean, it was
that's why they're not our
short-lived,
spouse.
but-
Yeah. Oh, mine longer,
hear
but
you.
still, in the end, I didn't. Yeah.
I almost feel bad sometimes when I can't fit in one of my married boyfriends because I'm like, your life must be rough.
Ah.
Because, like, before I came here, I couldn't fit in one of my ex-boyfriends who's married now. And I'm like, I felt kind of bad. I'm like, because I like him. And he deserves me. He deserves me. So, anyway.
Not
but
that
no.
this show is saying that everybody should go and do that sort of thing, but
There's stages. There's levels.
Yes.
There's comfort.
You don't know what a person's situation is.
You don't. You don't. You don't know what a
Legalities
person's
don't
situation.
always speak for the situation.
Yeah. I hear you. So how do you like to date? What's your
Mostly not, apparently.
mostly not? She's like, I guess I
It's
don't.
hard when you leave home and then you stay on the road and go through 13 states. They can't keep up with me.
Yeah, because you're kind of
Sooner
like
or later, I have to have someone in every port, maybe. Or
Yes, yes, you do.
we'll take that show on the road.
I feel like when I start doing more stuff that's more public, related, and I'm traveling, I'm gonna be like a pilot.
Right.
And
you're just
yeah,
gonna need a little.
I know for a fact that the
place to
comedians
land.
do that because they land on my doorstep when they come into town. I'm like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. One time though, this happened within the last 4 weeks. This one guy that I like was like, hey, I'm coming to town, and I couldn't see him. The next time he comes into town, I didn't know he was coming. And he had a girl with him, and I happened to be at the show he was performing at. And I was like, oh, dang. I was like, tonight's not my night. Not that he anticipated for it to be, but I was just like, oh, clearly it's not my night.
Right.
And then when he came back 2 weeks later, he let me know, and I'm like, okay,
Now
this is
it's
my
your
night.
Yeah.
And he was actually at a show and then went to a party. And so I saw him at
I don't
like
like
4
to
or
share
5 in the
people
morning.
Like that. I can't share. I'm not a good sharer.
Me
I know
too.
they
As far
taught
as
me in
boyfriends go?
kindergarten. It just men in general.
If it's
Yeah,
my
I used to
boyfriend,
not
If
be.
it's mine-
if it's my
If I was-
boyfriend, my boyfriend.
Yeah, if
Yeah, I
well,
don't
if
wanna
my
share.
boyfriends were real, it would be a different situation. But I'm not in a committed relationship. There's nothing real about my boyfriends.
Oh.
You know.
It's all virtual. No, just kidding.
It's all virtual. Well, it's not virtual, but it is non-committal. Let's just say that. It is non-committal.
Non-committal.
So, yeah. So I really am just not in a position. I'm just not in the same position that you guys might usually find yourself in.
Ah.
You know, because I'm not
I
in
can
a
be-
committed relationship, so I'm just doing as I please.
I can be
Which is kinda
I can
yummier.
be I can
I had a period after the divorce that was more like, ah.
But it was like, ah, right?
But, yeah.
I'm
I'd
listening.
rather tone down to just one feller.
You're like, I'll take
Feller.
one. I'll take one.
That's all I can handle.
Well, I like a team.
you know it's really
You need jerseys.
it's
I do,
really
they do, right?
It's really cool to have like keep on dating and trying
Right.
to see the right person.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I agree.
with what you do, a lot of girls out there too doing the same thing, and they try sleep with multiple guys too.
That could be dangerous.
So there's no difference of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just what I'm doing currently. Yeah, yet never used to do it though. I was, I just had one boyfriend. It was a committed relationship or a semi-committed relationship, and that was it. But I don't know. A couple people kind of changed my views on that, and then I became a little bit more comfortable making poorer choices, quite honestly, because I mean,
who says they're poorer if they're good for you?
well, I mean, they're just not the most responsible for sure, because
Right.
dating whoever I want, whenever I want,
It can be dangerous.
right, exactly. It really can put me in a position. And then, messing around with married men if I care to, which never,
You shouldn't do that.
yeah, 4 years ago, that was never something I'd consider. And now I'm like, well, And there was a couple situations that specifically put me in a position, and my little brain clicked, and I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I'll probably honestly revert back to normalcy,
Ah,
but I don't plan on that being anytime soon.
right.
But I do anticipate that again.
She's got wild oats.
Wild oats. I just am a
She's not done.
bag
with
of
them.
wild oats.
Do you guys ladies think that as a woman exercising our sensuality, which means
Sensuality.
sensuality, not sexuality.
I love to watch
I
her.
think sexuality. I think what I meant is sexuality because
Sexuality too.
Sexuality.
Yeah.
Both of those are.
I think Do you think it's because you see when you sleeping with multiple men, women are being called whore or whatever it is.
For sure.
But
And if you ingest that, you become someone who doesn't think well of yourself.
yeah, exactly. But at the same time, if you look at it, is like I think there are some women who are comfortable of doing that, are like Tabatha. I think she's just exercising her sexuality. I think.
Right.
I think.
I mean, I don't think the
I don't
rules should
think
be
I'm
any different
exercising
for
my
male
free
or
will
female.
for sure.
Sure, yeah.
All
My
the
free
time.
will.
I don't think there is something wrong with that.
No.
Honestly.
I feel like it should be the same. What men can do. Nobody looks down on a man who does that.
Does that,
But
yes.
Yeah,
do
they
look
really
down
they
at
kind of get
women.
props. I don't know.
Even though it's not my thing, I don't look down on. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
right. No, I totally
Go,
feel you.
girl.
And I think it really only boils down to, or should kind of only boil down to, what somebody as an individual is comfortable with. Because what you're comfortable with in your style of dating just doesn't happen to be mine, but it has no effect on me.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it doesn't, you know.
You do you, boo boo.
Right.
Exactly.
And,
yeah. And
so,
for the women out there, we shouldn't be actually looking down to people who
Well,
is
right.
doing that
It's
because
really none of our business.
it is none of your
Yeah.
anybody's business. And plus, honestly, a lot of people who look down to other women like that is they have something to hide.
yeah, typically they're uncomfortable with something with themselves.
Right.
And they're having a problem being accepting of others. But no, I think that people should just honestly be respected for who they are and naturally be comfortable being that and being allowed to be that.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes prevent people from naturally being themselves
Right.
because we're potentially critical, or we say things that are hurtful or whatever.
say things
We
that-
don't have I don't know, not everybody has the same confidence level, but I
Right.
think that if we just encourage that people naturally being themselves is perfect, then people will
Encourage
start
everyone you
to
come in contact.
express themselves a little bit more easily or freely around others. Hopefully we find that within the groups that we hang with, but sometimes we don't.
Well, not everybody
Because-
can accept that.
Yeah, sometimes we don't, because I've
Yeah.
got really great friends, but some of them aren't always accepting of other people and their lifestyles. Whether it be that they're gay, whether it be that they're divorced. I mean, quite honestly, that's kind of weird. To me, it's weird in this day to
Right.
shun somebody for being divorced, but there's people
Especially
that
when
don't
you look
like
at
you
the
if you're
statistics. That's
Oh,
divorced
I had
or
that. I've been
who you
through.
date, like the color that you date, or
Those
the
people aren't your
socioeconomical. You know what I mean? So
I've been through
it's-
that divorce thingy that when I got divorced, especially Filipinos, they act like they are what they call it. They are trying to be, have values and blah blah blah. This so. In the Filipino community, when I got divorced, like, oh my God, he divorced his husband. Oh my God,
Right.
Like, those kind of thing.
because they prefer to stay in the marriage and be miserable the
Yeah,
whole rest of their lives.
yeah,
and
yeah.
that
on
is
their kids
And they-
and
if that's
everybody
what,
else.
how they're
Exactly,
comfortable,
yeah.
then
And
that,
they started to, like what I said, is they act like there's a lot of good values of all Filipinos, but I'm speaking on my how I see it, but it's not. But anyways, besides the point is when I got divorced, I had like probably 5 different groups of friends, and everybody disappears after I got divorced.
oh,
That's how you
really?
find out who your real friends are. Then
Oh,
you're like,
wow.
see ya.
I have one
And now
friend.
we're here.
Yes, I have one friend that stick to me till the end, and 2 that just come around, not really stick because
Right.
And then I really found out that's the beginning of my it's kind of like a wake up call for me. Like, not
Right.
everybody's your friend.
Right.
Not everybody's your friend.
Sometimes you find out family isn't really.
And
yeah.
and a lot, including my sister, who's my best friend, actually turned their back on me.
Oh, wow.
Everybody and my
I'm
family
estranged
turned.
from my sister
Yeah,
right now too.
Yeah,
too.
they turned their back on me when I just got divorced. Well, now it's getting better, but at that time is just I am broke. I don't have money. I don't have a job. I don't have this.
I could use the support, and you guys all disappeared on me.
Everybody disappeared, like totally disappeared, except one. And I really adore this woman. She's back in the Philippines now, and she was
Well,
like,
shout out to her. 'Cause
I
she
know,
sounds
right?
like
We
the
like her too, then,
Yeah.
for
Of
sure.
all your friends, she's your.
Yeah.
She's
I
your,
have over 100 friends that I deal with every fucking single day. Like, I go to parties 7 days a week.
apparently not.
That's
tomorrow.
how many.
No.
Yeah, that's how many friends I do have. Like,
Right.
you're like every single week. And then when I got divorced, I'm like, nobody's talking to me. Nobody reached out to me. And then I start people actually going to my ex-husband's house, supporting him, kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm the bad person, which is okay. So, and now I'm
Sometimes
happy.
when you stand up for yourself, that's what happens. Everybody thinks you're a bitch or you're,
Yeah, something
you know,
else. Yeah.
but
But it's okay.
stand
Yeah,
up and be
and
true
that's-
to you and let the
That's
chips
why,
fall where they may.
yeah, people don't always use their voice because,
I just learned how to do that myself.
Yeah.
and I'm way
Good
newer
for
to
you.
it as well, for sure.
Oh, she's
And
young.
right, to a degree, and with certain things, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Depends on the
When-
subject matter, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if we were all a little bit more respectful to each other, though, just in general,
Yeah.
Right.
and realize that other
People
people's
could be offended
actions
by
and
really
thoughts
stupid shit.
don't affect our lives
Yeah.
like that, then
Right.
we'd be in good shape.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. Like,
Like, what do I care what you do in your bedroom or who you
Yeah.
do it with? So how does
Yeah.
that affect me at all?
Right, because I haven't even asked you to watch yet. And I'm not
That's
going
why
to.
they're teaching me how
But-
to use these cameras.
right.
It just clicked.
No, I like when boys watch though, like a
Oh,
little
wow.
peeper or something. I don't mind that because I like the swingers clubs a little bit. So like I'm not like 100% down, but I'm down enough that I go and I definitely enjoy it and I like to be watched. So, but I don't know.
we all wanted to be watched. That's why we're in front of the camera.
Yeah, this is really I'd rather not be watched.
She's like,
As soon as all this comes off.
she's like, sometimes I don't care to be watched, but
Yeah.
sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
All right. But anyways, guys, so yeah, that's dating. Dating here in Vegas, dating outside the country, dating outside the state,
Dating with COVID.
dating with COVID.
Has anybody found
Yeah.
a good relationship in the middle of COVID?
No.
That's, I mean, even if you are lucky enough to find people who are down with the maskless society, there's
Right.
sometimes still nowhere to go.
Right.
Like,
no.
oh, it's really cool to meet you online and not really know you, and then what, invite you to my home or something? No.
Right,
No.
because that's a little bit different for sure. Because
And I don't like the mask look, so I really don't want
No, I
somebody to see
hate
me
it.
for the first time with the
Oh.
mask on.
I hate it. Yeah,
Get there
And
early,
I'm
get to
not-
the table and take it off. No.
yeah. No, that's so valid. That's like something I've done, literally. But I don't like the mask look either, and I
Takes
am
off half
really
your
not.
makeup, on and off, on and off.
Yes,
You got
it
no
does.
makeup
It
left.
messes with my lip gloss for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not good at recognizing people always. I
right.
just don't. I don't know why. I just can't.
Yeah,
I
probably
can see you
face
on Facebook.
You have a face recognition issue.
I
know
do
people
have a
like
face
that.
recognition issue. I'm.
It's a thing.
Oh, it is a thing.
Yeah, my niece has that. Sometimes
wow.
she doesn't even readily recognize her family members. You know what I mean? Like she just
Well, on
it
Monday,
like skips. Like she doesn't.
she just
see
can't.
the features.
I
or
cannot
something.
place people sometimes, and sometimes I can.
I mean,
but
I do
it's
that
gotten,
too, but that's just because I don't pay attention.
You're so cute. I was at a show for Valentine's Day. I was at a comedy
I
show.
thought you guys went to some place kind of thing.
And I went someplace, and somebody came in after I was already sitting down on a sofa with my girlfriend, and she walks across the room. I saw her come in, and like I made eye contact with her, but I didn't think I knew who she was. She comes in, walks around behind me, and she's like, "You don't acknowledge people?" And I'm like, "What are we talking about?" And I'm like, "I apologize. I'm not sure who you are." And she's like, gave me a hint. I still didn't know. She had her mask
know
on.
You have that. Yeah.
And then she took the mask off, and I still did not know. So,
How awkward.
yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. And then, yeah, she'll be there tomorrow. Anyway.
Do you need to show me a picture of her so that you'll know who she is?
Yes, exactly. It was, and it's really
That's what you need, a
nobody's.
personal assistant that just stays by your side in the gym.
Yeah, exactly, Jim. That's Brenda.
Yeah.
That's Sarah. Yeah, no, for real. It was, a little bit awkward, but I'm not really so worried about it. I just apologize.
It's a thing, though.
And,
Look it up. It's like,
you know.
some people have an issue with the face recognition.
Yeah,
For
I
real.
can't always, and it
I
seems
never
to be
heard of it
getting
before
worse.
a couple years ago myself. I was like, what?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. But I don't know. So yeah, but I think everybody looks different enough that I'll be good. Even the couple that I haven't met yet. Because I do actually get a little bit nervous when I'm going to meet somebody for the first time because I'm not
We'll
quite
be
sure
ready.
that I'll be able to make the correlation.
Right.
That happened to me the other day too. On Wednesday afternoon. I wasn't sure that, and I've even seen this guy a couple times, but I wasn't sure that I'd be able to still completely recognize him. And I didn't. And I don't know, I got through it, but yeah.
Right.
I was like, I swear
That's a tough
this
thing
is-
to have to deal with, really.
It's kinda
It
weird.
sounds almost silly, but for the person who's always like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's an
kinda
awkward, tough place to be.
Yeah, it is. For sure. Oh, so when I was waiting for that guy at the hotel, because he was in town visiting for his birthday, I was sitting on a bench outside the hotel, and because it was nice and sunny, and I'm catching some rays, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend, and I was like, I'm just sitting outside this hotel looking like a snack. And this cute boy was walking by at the time, and he looks and he said, "You are a snack." And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "But don't go." So anyway, he'll be there.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Just
Anyway,
randomly picking people up.
I am kind of like,
I'm the kind of person is before I talk to somebody, I go on the background check.
a background check, and I'm more like people
Before they
didn't-
come in my house, right?
People
Before I
didn't use
start
to
talking
kill
to
us.
them.
They're probably not gonna. Most people, I have a problem with just genuinely thinking people are good. So
that's
I do that
and
too.
my daughter doesn't necessarily do that. She doesn't prejudge, but she does work off of the feeling that she gets from
Background
somebody.
The vibe.
Yeah, and she'll just be so quick to be
Can you
like,
fill this out?
yeah, no, I really, she'll be too quick to be like, and she knows. She's
I
like, not that one, not that person.
this is really bad, but I background check my ex-boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend who I've been with for over 8 years.
Okay.
Did you background check him before you dated him, or I was gonna say I thought during
Before-
the 8 years.
No, before I dated him, so I background check him, and
Well, I can't blame you.
It would probably
You're a
save me some
petite, single
hassles if I
woman.
did.
Yeah. It'd be nice to know if they have 5 families and
yeah, I know, right?
been to jail.
I kid you
for-
not. This is crazy. Somebody that I have created a child with, and I'm not going to say which one, he led a double life. So I was
say
in.
tell it.
I know.
No,
I
I'm
was
just-
in Colorado.
What's his name? No.
I know, right? Yeah, he'll totally fit you in. The other people won't even know. I was in Colorado, and I wasn't like I'd only see him once or twice a month. You know, I was so in mommy mode. Right now I'm an empty nester. So I was so in mommy mode that nothing really took me away. And the
Right.
fact that I saw him once or twice a month was like a stretch.
Right.
And sometimes I didn't see him for a month or two. But I'd go out with him or whatnot. I didn't think to ask, like, do you have a wife or a girlfriend? Or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and he
Why are they
totally-
there? If they
Yeah.
do?
And I'm also, though, not really the type to bug people. So, like, I'm one of those, like, if we're getting ready to do something or whatever, you know, we'll have more communication. But I don't just reach out to all my boyfriends every day. I don't have time for that. Like, they pretty much, my life comes to me, quite
I don't
honestly.
have time for it. I don't have
It comes to
boyfriends.
me
Yeah.
and I manage it from there. But I'm not the one reaching out. So, it's not like I was bugging him all the time to even know
Right.
he had this other thing going on. But yeah, he had a situation. He had a fiance. He has an ex, a woman that he has a child with, you know, so an ex-girlfriend that they've got a baby. She's grown now. She's older than my son. But that just gave it away. But like he was in a situation like going to get married and everything, and then I just was a side chick and didn't even know it, really. And I'm like, wow. But yeah, he had a whole nother life. And then he even had other things that he was keeping a secret from them, who he was in much more
I think
of
people like that
relationships.
typically have lots of things. They build things.
Yeah. He's a handful. He's really becoming, though. Like, you would never think that he had all this back stuff going on,
Right.
because he represents himself
Good actor.
really well. He is a good actor, and that's part of the problem. Is he's a good actor. I don't even know what you'd call that. There has to be a fucking diagnosis for it, though, I swear. So, but yeah, you have to remember that even though he represents as a really great person, respectable, honorable, whatever, the son of a bitch is not.
Right.
You know, you have to, but it's tricky because it's hard.
It's almost like he is those things, except for when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. So yeah, stuff happens out there that,
Right.
and that's another
And
thing.
society's rather harsh on women who accidentally get in these situations when.
I was in it for a year and a half.
I can't imagine having to background check everyone before you date them so that we're
Yeah.
not the bad guy when we accidentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's a
that's
good idea.
crazy.
You know how I found out though? We were together, and I was telling him that I was pregnant. And he was like, I can't do this with you. I already have a pregnant fiance at home.
Now you're going to admit it. Now that I'm a pain in your ass.
I literally just said, what I'm hearing you say is that I will see you in court. And I got out of the car and I left. And eventually I saw him in court. But here's the other thing. So at that point, I go and I talk to my oldest daughter's stepmom is one of my best friends. And so I'm immediately on the phone with her. Like, I was still in Colorado to where, like, we talked constantly. And so I was immediately on the phone with her. She starts doing some research. We had to figure out who this guy really was.
Right.
I didn't have his real name.
Wow.
This was after a year and a half. I didn't have his real name or anything.
Happy birthday, ladies.
Is it our birthday? It's our first day.
Somebody actually said happy birthday.
All right. There you go.
thank you.
I'll take
Thank
it.
you.
Right.
Right.
So,
Save it for July.
right. I don't know. So she actually helped me identify who he was.
right.
She's a little investigator like you wouldn't believe. When the child support stopped a couple years later, I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but the child support stopped. She found him in jail. I was like, how did you know he was in? She's like, I don't know, I just looked it up. And I'm like, oh, that's like the first thing she does is check the jail. I'm like, well, now if the child support stops, I check
Sounds
the
like
jail.
it wasn't her first rodeo.
It wasn't right. She's so good though. But yeah, so she actually ended up knowing of him through somebody else, and I'm like, wow, it got fucking deep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
See,
that was
it's better to actually
Do the background check.
Yeah, do background check.
right.
You know,
And don't sleep with him for 90 days.
yeah, 90. Is it 90 days?
I don't know.
Well, you said 90 days.
No, I was
You're the one ruining lives. That's what you're doing.
90
Ruining
days.
life.
Exactly, Jermaine.
Ruining
Like,
life.
he's already got a pregnant fiance, and I was like, fucking A. So he literally did not think I was going to be able to find him to serve him with child support papers.
Oh, I bet that was juicy.
And it was
There you go.
juicy. And here's the other thing. He also, because he had the habit of doing whatever he wanted, like I am right now, this didn't used to be my habit. So I knew for the last year and a half, he was the only person I had been with. So I knew he was the father. So he was like, we need DNA. And I'm like, no problem. He's like, oh, it'll be a problem when the DNA comes back. And I'm like, well, for you. So he went so quick to get the DNA test. He was
just
like,
knew you were
he
doing
just
other stuff.
knew I was doing other stuff. So that like literally wasn't the case. And he got fucked on that deal.
Ah.
And, he's,
Twice.
right, twice. So anyway, it was just kind of funny. I was like, he just ran down there quick and in a hurry. And I actually had forgotten my appointment, had to reschedule it. But, so yeah, he was surprised.
60 days. 60
He was
days.
surprised.
LOL. Yes. Not 60 day actually, a year. It
Yeah.
depends how good
Ooh, I don't
looking
know
you
about
are.
I cannot
A year only if you only had
imagine-
3 dates during that year. That
I
would
remember.
be-
I remember.
I
It's
can't
actually
imagine.
I dated somebody for probably 8 months before I sleep with him. I did have one like that.
So you have a long distance relationship.
It's
going
not even
on.
a long distance.
She's
thing.
like, no, he lived down the fucking street. That's how
I
bad
meant
she
your
is.
Utah, whatever. But
Oh well, the Utah guy
I was
is
wondering about long distance.
5 dates.
Yeah.
That's 5 dates.
Oh.
5 dates. Yeah, I give up easy on that one.
Right.
On Mr. Utah? Yeah. I like that one for you. I really do like that one for you.
But he's in Utah.
He actually
right? So-
he went through shit with me. So yeah, he got yelled at and tell him to shut the fuck up and sit down in my office. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I told him to shut the fuck up, listen to me because I'm the only person who can help you. Nobody else, not even the president of the company.
Right.
Only me. So if you walk out that door, then just say
Bye.
goodbye to your concerns, sir.
Yeah.
Right. Say goodbye to your concerns. Sir, there will be no more concerning if you turn around and walk out.
Okay, and then
I feel you.
So he's like,
he turned
"Wow, I
around
love
and
you."
came back. Yeah, came back with his Corvette.
Right.
Took
but,
me out. Yeah.
Right.
And
And
after
fell in love
that-
with you.
Yeah.
No, I think you should give that one a little bit of attention.
Right.
I really do.
He apparently, I feel like he became attracted to you because you were that strong, just who you are.
Yes and no.
And a lot of men are not
Yeah.
really down with that. They don't like a woman that's like, sit down because I'm about to help you.
Well, right. You're right. Maria has a way about her, just like I have about me, but in a completely different fashion. I'm way submissive in relationships, and her voice has brightened mine a little bit. Like, I'm a little bit more mouthy now because of her.
Ah.
For
Clearly
real.
I am. So
I'm a little bit more mouthy
we're all
now.
better. Our mouths are all
You know,
better.
yeah. Never mind.
You're nothing but mouth, I feel like. I really think that he deserves some of your time, though, especially since he's endured you for so long and keeps coming back.
I have
and,
ties to Utah. I can drive with you. We can have road trips.
Yeah, a road trip is never a
And
bad thing.
he's watching right now.
Awesome. Well,
5 hours and we'll be there.
right.
He watched
Can
all
you
the-
buy
got
the
my vote.
driver dinner
He watched
too?
all the shows, so yeah.
Oh, that's,
Well,
funny.
Nice.
Well, we talk
See?
about him.
How supportive is he?
Does he know that we're talking about him? Yeah.
Hello.
I remember with Chris.
I'm glad I
didn't
haven't
realize
spoken
when I-
poorly about him
Yeah.
then, but yeah, that's funny.
I'm so glad I brought that up.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
She's like, oh wow, he's watching.
She's like, he watches. Oh, sweet
yeah.
Jesus.
I think he's my longest loyal fan of all my
And
shows.
does he
We
still
love
have
you.
the beard though? Yeah, I do love him. Does he
Yes.
still have? He does.
I like
Yes.
beards.
Really?
Beards are
He
good.
hasn't shaved it for it, but he's
He-
out of town right now, right?
No, he's in Utah,
Oh, okay.
but
So,
he shaved it like not like.
he keeps it clean and
Yeah.
he keeps it tight.
That's nice.
And I love that. But yeah, Maria's like, I don't like the beard, and he's like, I got it.
That's
And I'm
it's
like,
on my face.
Oh yeah. But the fact that he's out of state right
That's what
now.
he said.
I mean, like you can't really.
it's not. It's
It's
not.
not hurting
It's
you.
like it's not leaving my face so far. Maybe
Yeah.
he was like maybe in a year. That's what he said.
Wow. So
He
he's gonna
needs
keep
time
it
to
for
think
a while.
about it.
He's like stretching you. He's like kind of.
It's testing me.
He's
He's
like,
testing
okay,
the
you
waters.
told me,
He
now
is.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But anyways, going back to dating.
I didn't know we left. No. I'm kidding. Did you just
Anything
boss
to
me?
add?
Did
Uh-oh.
you just boss me?
Pretend like she didn't.
No, I
She's
don't.
like, no, but yeah, yeah. She's like, I'll just tell you, and I'm like, I know.
I just-
She's like, I just said, and I'm like, I know. I love that about you though, because not everybody can have the conversations that you and I have with each other.
No.
Because we just speak honestly and matter of fact and with care, and we're just like, but let's get it solved.
Yes.
Right.
I love that, and typically that's kind of what people love about me, but it also
Turn
makes
off other
people scared.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some people
you know.
can't
Some
hang
people,
with
they're
it.
like,
Some
yeah.
people want you to sugarcoat and lie. And
Yeah,
lie and sugarcoat.
I know, right? So many people
Just
like
speak
that.
it. It's so much easier on everyone.
You know what? I had a hard time with 6'5", who I met up with on Wednesday at the hotel. He was like, this is going to sound kind of funny. I don't even know if I should say this, but
she's going to.
he was like, so he had come to town another time, and we didn't end up being able to see each other because he's in the middle of a divorce and it got tricky at home. So he's here.
That's what he said.
But that is what he said. But he was having a tricky situation. So I was like, okay. But I was kind of like, but what does that have to do with me?
Exactly.
And
Because
he
it's
didn't like
because
that
it's an
conversation. Like,
because
we
it's-
thought about it.
Because it's an excuse, okay?
Well, I totally felt like it was an excuse. But because sometimes when
This is
people
part of that tough
come
love
to
stuff
see
you were
me,
just talking about 2 seconds ago.
here's my take on it. Because this has happened more than once. People will come, but then they get nervous to actually follow through with seeing me. And I assume it's because of performance anxiety. And I'm like, I totally get it. Because you know the expectations that you're having to live up to. But I get irritated. Because I'm just like, no, stop. Let's, do something different.
No, don't even
So-
don't even get irritated and just
But it
let
was
them-
worth it to see him, though.
Okay.
Totally worth it. And
So-
I outperformed myself, might I say.
She was like, if
I
I,
love
do
that,
say
though.
so myself.
If I do say so myself.
I went above and beyond.
And I don't know. I'm not willing to have my reputation suffer. And there's a word on the street about me, and I'm not gonna let that go to the wayside. I take that very seriously. I've worked hard for it. I've earned it, and I'm not going down any other way. So
Anyways, this is my gift. This is a gift for me on Valentine's Day from my puppy.
from your puppy, oh my God, he's so cute. That's adorable.
He's a
love you.
thoughtful puppy.
Yeah,
He is
I
a thoughtful
love
puppy.
You, very
I love you.
thoughtful. I love you. And with actual, it's really funny.
That's your
Because
morning
it comes,
show cup when we
Yes.
start.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna talk that in a moment. This comes with a small teddy bear
Okay.
stuffed toy. So, anyways,
So basically, she bought her own Valentine's present. Go ahead.
no, my daughter actually and my daughter
Right,
and my
right.
puppy came to my room and said, "Happy Valentine's,
Aw.
mommy!" With this one and then the little teddy bear.
Cute.
Yeah.
And then when I was
That's cute.
playing with it, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so cute!" And my puppy wanna grab my
It's
teddy
supposed to
bear.
be for me.
Every
Now
now
it's in
and again-
pieces, isn't it?
Every now and again, our dog will think that a toy of one of the girls' or something is his,
Right.
or hers rather, and I'm like, I'm like, did we give the dog Chloe's toy?
It's
And
Carter, right?
I'm like, yeah, Carter.
Oh.
I'm like, well, wash that now. So we got to
Oh.
throw it in the wash and then try to hide it again.
You know what's good about our puppy is when it's not her toy, when we don't give it to her,
Mm-hmm.
she never ever touch it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
got some
Carter
good
does really
discipline.
good.
Yes,
but-
very. So even there's a stuffed toy in there, and we told her that she cannot play it.
And she
even,
knows.
She knows. She's not gonna ever
Nice,
ever
smart
touch
dog.
it. Yeah. She
Every
only
now and
touch
again,
it-
Carter will grab a toy though, and I'm like, no, that's not. But yeah, she got better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if we okay, you can play with it, and then she knows it's hers.
Right.
But if it's,
That's nice.
yeah.
And we
Well
rescued or
Yes,
adopted.
My daughter trained her so well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she did do good. It's a
Yeah,
good
she
dog.
did a really good job.
Our babies are rescued, and I was like so worried that we'd have a problem with shoes or something, and we don't. But that's something
Oh,
that I
that's
worry
good,
about.
'cause that's
is
horrible.
that are they gonna
They're
chew on
bad.
shoes? Or,
Yeah,
Just
I know.
chewed them up. No.
yeah, I would die. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, you're
oh.
gonna train your.
We've
puppy
never
in
had
the
a dog that
beginning.
did that, but I know that people do. And then when you get an animal from somewhere else, you just don't know what their habits
Right.
are.
Yes.
So I kind of worry, but I don't know. We're good. We're good on that.
Can't be
All
too
But
right.
bad.
anyways,
So we went from dating to dogs.
I
Now
know
where are
this is
we?
now we're dating.
I mean, that's what
dogs.
people do. We've dated dogs, that's for sure.
But anyways, guys, we are actually planning for a morning talk show pretty
Yes.
soon, and the morning talk show is all. You guys better tune in on this one because we're gonna actually sharing with you guys what you can do, what's the days all gonna be about, and
Good morning routines and
yeah,
great
good mo-
advice and what the weather's going to be
Be-
and what's going on in Vegas, whose
Yes,
pools are opening,
yes,
all that.
You know who I want to be? I want to be Kelly Ripa. Can I be Kelly?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm going to be
So
Kelly.
on that show, her name will be Kelly.
Yes.
Right,
Can I
Jermaine.
be
We're
Michael?
gonna be.
No, I'm just.
we're gonna be Tabatha
I gotta get-
Kelly, Kelly, aka Tabatha.
Right.
Yeah, so
I feel
yeah,
you.
so
Tabba
we
Kelly.
gonna
We'll call her Tabba Kelly.
Tabby
Tabba Kelly,
Tabby
right?
Kelly. Yes,
Tabba
Tabby
Kelly for sure.
Yeah, so we are still coming up with a title of the show, maybe Good Morning Vegas. Can we do that?
I don't know.
We'll
it
look
almost
it
seems
up.
like that might be taken.
I know.
Only
that's-
because it's so,
Yes, I know.
She's like, I know.
we're not
You don't-
talking to all
She's
of
like, you don't have
America.
to
We're
fucking
only
tell
talking
me.
to
I
them.
know. She's like, I already knew.
But anyways, we are gonna be continuing to do honeybees every Friday at 3 p.m.
Aww.
and then also talk show, also morning talk show.
Right.
Morning
You
talk
just
show.
I keep
is
trying
TBA.
to I keep trying to quit you and all these fucking
She's
little
not
shows,
quitting.
and then I end up doing more and more. Not like quit you, but you know what I mean. Like I'm like
She's looking
I'm
at
not
her
doing
like, that would
honeybees
be like
anymore,
quitting
and
me.
she's like, okay, so on Tuesday, I'm like, damn it.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
So what do you? I know that you have prepared something for the end.
Oh no, I prepared something for the beginning, but the end is have a great day, and we will let you know more about the upcoming morning show. And as always, we loved seeing you here.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes, no, they love seeing us.
We love you. I'm Tab. She's
I'm
Desi.
Desi.
That's Maria. We're out.
A fairy tale they say, real in every way.
Hi, my name is Ty, and I am a fashionista.
Hi, my name's Dolly Wright, and I'm a singer, but I waitress for a living.
Hi, I'm Alicia, aka Catalina Winehouse with Ichigo.
Hi everybody, my name is David Thomas. What I am is a QMHA. I work with people with mental health issues, and I also do a Tina Turner show with the Big Elvis Show at the Piano Bar.
Hi, my name is Maria Pureza Levinthal. I am the founder of Social Media Show.
Hello, everybody. I am Kiki Dolas. I am the CEO of Are You It Entertainment here in Las Vegas, and I'm also a club owner.
Hi, I'm Latoria Kern, founder and director of Family Arts at Wayla's Creation.
Hi, my name is Dawn Weir. I'm the founder of The Giving Water, a local nonprofit that delivers water to disasters and people in need.
Hi, my name is Dolores Olson. I'm a home-based business person for Zija and for Beachbody. Also, I'm a chaplain.
Hey, this is Bettina Steinhauer. I'm a clothing designer and manufacturer bathing suits.
Hi, my name is Jessica D, and I currently work for one of the biggest properties on the Strip. I'm also a PhD student, and I own a jewelry business on the side.
Hi, my name is Jamie Springer, and I am a eyelash extension technician or artist.
Your care, smile, your sensitivity.